Hey, Art 110, it's Glenn. This is my room tour and about me. My room today is not my everyday room, but it's a pretty good room. I'm on Old West End Road on the west end of Santa Catalina Island. The view here is almost infinite and sublime. It can't really be photographed, but I will give you the world's worst jerky pan attempt to show you what it looks like. So, with apologies, here goes. Okay, so that's today's room. Um, I love hiking out here as much as possible. It's really nice to get away from phones and computers and thinking about how AI is going to change everything theoretically for the better, but quite possibly for the worse, and just be out here in nature. I just passed a tiny, tiny stream and a little puddle. The little tiny stream was filled with tadpoles, and the little puddle had those water spiders. Is that what they called? They just float on top of the water with the surface tension of their legs. And there's lichen everywhere. The island is covered with lichen. I guess it's all the moisture. The spot I'm sitting is not the best place to show you, but here's a couple little lichen bits. Okay, so that's the room. About me, I've been teaching art at Long Beach State for a long time now. Excited to be sharing a little piece of your summer with you this year. And I've been doing art, many different kinds, for a lot longer than that. The last time I had a non-art job was my sophomore year in college. I spent the summer working in a brake factory, which was really it turned out to be kind of a profound, thought-provoking experience. And since then, I've done gallery art, commercial art, communications work, many different things, but all in an art kind of trajectory. So art careers are definitely possible if you're at all thinking about one, but as a general ed class, 99% of us are not thinking about art careers. We're just filling out our general ed classes so we can get on with our engineering, business, math, philosophy, whatever, marine biology. I've had over 65 different majors in the class. So the class is definitely not an art recruiting class. Nobody needs to become an art major. There's too many already, although if you are inclined, you're welcome. As you might know or might not know, the College of the Arts, COTA, College of the Arts at Long Beach, has 6 departments: dance, music, theater, film and electronic arts, design, and art. And, one of the things, so this art appreciation class is and should be, of course, about you. But if I have any sort of ulterior motives, it wouldn't be to convert you to an art major. It would just be to help you appreciate art, mostly for your own benefit. And, the truth is, the world we live in, when governments or politicians think about budgets, the first thing they want to do is cut art. That's true in both large and small ways. And yet, if you zoom out a century or two or more, art is what we remember of people, of civilization, of cultures. Their art, their poetry, their architecture, who defeated who in an election or who made war against who. These things kind of fade, but the art and the culture remains. So we're going to think about that a little bit this summer. As you probably already know from our syllabus, we've got 12 weeks of summer, and each of the 12 weeks, there's 2 things for you to do and post on Canvas. One is to try some art activity. This week, obviously, we're trying vlogging. Next week, we're going to try sculpture and so on. And then each week, to look at 2 living artists and compare and contrast. How are they similar? How are they different? What are they doing? How are they working? And so on. And nothing against dead artists. There are many very super interesting, important dead artists. But since we have so little time to think about such a vast universe of art, I thought, why don't we focus on people who are living on this earth at the same time as you? So that's 2 seconds about me, 2 seconds about the room, and 10 seconds about the class. If you ever want to know more about my career trajectory or an art major, or if you want to chat about your major, whatever of the many, many majors on campus it is, if you just want to chat about academic stuff, if you have curious questions, or if you're frustrated, or, I'm happy to talk about anything. It doesn't have to be art, although I'm also, of course, happy to talk about art. Happy to chat by email anytime. Happy to jump on Zoom and meet up on Zoom. Happy to meet up at the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, the umbrella tables on campus, in the middle of campus. So do reach out if you'd like to know more about absolutely anything, really, or just chat about things if you're confused or curious or frustrated or excited or whatever. I'm happy to chat with you. And speaking of chatting, I hope you might consider coming to the week 2 optional meetup on Thursday at the Seal Beach Pier. It's nice to say hi. I like to go across the street and get the surfer special bean burrito meal from the Mexican place on the boulevard. And it's just really a nice chance to meet a couple of your classmates and to say hi. So whether I see you next week or not, have a great week, a great summer. Hope you enjoy Art 110, Intro to the Visual Arts, aka Art Appreciation. And I hope whatever your art journey, this class Art 110, during the regular year, it's usually freshmen and sophomores who take it, not so much juniors and seniors. But here in the summer, it tends to be flipped. It's more seniors and juniors who are graduating and need one more GE, and then occasionally a freshman or sophomore or 2. And sometimes we get somebody from another college or university who's just beaming into Long Beach to pick up their art class. And people are all over the place, which is why the online asynchronous works so well. So you might just be right here in Long Beach. Obviously, I'm not quite in Long Beach is right over there. You might just be over there in Long Beach. Or who knows, maybe you are here on Catalina Island. Or you might be down in San Diego or up in Fresno, or maybe you went home to Shanghai or Stockholm or anywhere else around the globe. So it'll be exciting to hear dispatches from whatever part of the world you happen to be in. I think week 4 is our museum visit. So if you happen to be in Southern California, there are, of course, many art museums here. But wherever you are in California, America, the world, there are great art museums, and it's cool to see people at the different places that they visit wherever they happen to be spending summer. So again, hope you enjoy the class. Let me know if I can help with anything ever, and see you around.